between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back. Keep it steady. Hey, check my 50. Orange ball 4. 15.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
White! Check. 61, matchbox, White. White, 89!
To throw, Rivers. He's got a man, that's Keenan Allen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Alert flare. White, 89!
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Rivers. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Badgley able to punch this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
At their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Start! 230. 52. Monday. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Switch.
On 1st down, Grant. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They will run with Grant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Watch the twist. Kill, kill, kill. Shift.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
I'm coming. Alpha!
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Go! Mike 55!
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Block the team! Eat. Quit talking about it. Check 3. X3. 218, chopper. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Wild Bill.
Play fake, Rivers. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. A give. Eckler running to the right. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Check girls. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, Mike's 50.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, alert.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And it's brought in by Washington. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
180. 52.
First carry for James Conner. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This is Grant. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Corey Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Jack 16.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch the safety creep.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right now, 180. 52 right here. 52. Coming. Check. Alert. Topper.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You got nothing.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw it back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
49.
On first down, it's Grant. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ready?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Slow, 6-6, pull it high.
Alert 3, alert 3.
No foul!
Right back to him on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Out, out, out. 3 down, out, out.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 19. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And it brings up 3rd down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because...
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Check out route. Hot, hot.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Flicker.
They go back to Grant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
White 80.
That QB's traps. Let's go.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
But the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Check out Reed.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. It's Grant, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try.
A 29-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers. Allen's got it complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
190. Mike 50. I'm coming.
Rivers on first down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Rivers again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Get his own 7-yard line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14.
Easy.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Greystone, travel.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You got 3. Snickers, got to spin. Alert. 6 guys.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, Grant. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Johnson's got it complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Corey Grant with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
180, 380. Hey, watch delay.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers finding some room at midfield. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Check. Hey, Delta. Cluster right.
Rivers now from the 50. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. Completes it to Benjamin. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Easy. Check 52.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We got this.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 42.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
The Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Easy. Red.
One last shot now for Rivers. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Pittsburgh, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down.